I'm Zaida Ali. I am SARA's Properties and Facilities Manager. The Properties and Facilities unit falls within the Corporate Services branch of SARA, and we still have the responsibility to oversee and manage the 36 properties that SARA owns. The properties are mainly Grade 2 properties, which means that they fall or at least they fall under the management of provincial heritage authorities. And the only property that SARA has to be a Grade 1 is the Daljoosefat farm. So as you can see, it's the reason why the Daljoosefat farm, along with its 3 farmsteads, namely Rogaland Farm, Goederust Farm and Nonpareil, which are all now consolidated. Why this is such a significant property for SARA. It's not only the biggest, but it is also the only Grade 1 site that we own. The property was declared a National Heritage Site based on the architectural as well as landscape that the entire 232 hectares offer. So in the previous financial year, SARA put out a call for tenders for the restoration of Katie's Cottage. Katie's Cottage is the smallest and also the most recent addition on the Goederust farm. And this is after the remaining 3 cottages were already restored. So Katie's Cottage was the last of the 4 on Goederust farm to be restored. In the tender put out last financial year, we received quite a number of service providers who submitted their bids to restore Katie's Cottage. And of course, following the procurement and evaluation processes, the service provider was then appointed. There were a number of improvements that were done to Katie's Cottage. Of course, among it being electrical compliance, plumbing compliance, sewer compliance. We've had to replace the floors in Katie's Cottage. It also included more suitable lighting facilities, kitchen cupboards, kitchen sink. These were all there previously, or at least many years ago before any upgrades were done to the cottage. But they were also very old and dilapidated, which meant that most of it was not in a condition to be reused. They were either taken out, vandalized, or they have just deteriorated because of its age. Nothing in Katie's Cottage particularly were of heritage significance, implying that they were not old fabrics or elements that we could reuse. And that's mainly because it was a much later addition to the Goederust farm. So part of the restoration works there was the replacement of the thatch roof. We also constructed aprons around the entire building because it assists in, eliminating or at least omitting a lot of the moisture entering the structure. It also gave a very nice finish off to the structure itself. There was some interior and exterior paintwork. We've included some kitchen cupboards, and we've redone the entire bathroom. The bathroom was an existing bathroom, but of course everything in there in terms of sanitary ware had to be replaced. The cottage now is really a very beautiful farm cottage with open windows, functional doors, shutters, etc. All the facilities are functional in there, and it is now just ready for occupation. Due to the nature of the property, it is a farm. It has a lot of natural vegetation, so upkeep and maintenance is very important. And the staff plays a very prevalent role in ensuring that upkeep and maintenance is performed almost on a weekly basis, just on the Goederust farm alone. If you look at the huge trees that we have there, the surrounding natural elements of the farm, and of course because of the surrounding areas in terms of what your facilities can attract if they are not occupied or used, maintenance and the cleaning of the properties is something that is done on a very regular basis. So the staff of SARA, based at Paarl, does really a wonderful job in ensuring that all the units, or at least those particularly on Goederust Farm, which includes Katie's Cottage, the Manor House, as well as the Wagon House, that those are cleaned out regularly, that the doors and windows are always opened on sunny days so that there's ventilation that circulates the buildings. And then, of course, they would ensure that, the leaves and everything that grows very quickly, especially during your rainy season, is cleaned up. They do inspection of the property on a regular basis. That is from when they come in the mornings, as well. It's the last thing that they do before they leave for home. And this is something that they do every day. Even though we do have our security in place, the staff on site ensures that they themselves undertake these checks, besides the cleaning and the maintenance that they also undertake.